Have you ever wondered why two souls meet again against all odds? Why they are pulled together not once but through lifetimes, even if their love burns, breaks, and rebuilds? What if twin flames didn't come to this world just to love each other? What if their love was only the first spark of something much bigger? Pause, heartbeat slows down, soft glow widens on screen. Today, we open the final chapter of your twin flame journey, the mission beyond love. Because love was never meant to end with two souls. It was meant to begin with them. 1.1 The flame that was never meant to stay small. Every story starts with longing. The longing to find the other half. The feeling that someone out there holds the missing piece of your heart. You search. You dream. You ache. And when you finally meet them, the world stops. But that's where most people misunderstand the twin flame path. They think the story ends there, with reunion, romance, and eternal bliss. In truth, that's only the first breath of a much greater purpose. Because this kind of connection, so intense, so divine, so soul-shattering, was never meant to keep you comfortable. It was meant to ignite you, to burn away every illusion, every wound, every wall that blocks your essence from shining. Your twin is not your escape from the world. They are your mirror, reflecting the light you forgot. And the shadow you avoided. They come to awaken you. So that when you finally rise, you no longer chase love, you become it. And when you become love itself, what do you do with all that light? 1. 2. The universe's hidden design. The universe never creates something so powerful for one person's happiness alone. Every twin flame pair carries a frequency, a vibration so rare it can shift the collective. When two awakened souls unite, not through attachment but through higher love, their energy forms a field, a sacred frequency that radiates peace, compassion, and awakening wherever they go. Think of it like this. When you light one candle in the dark, it's beautiful. But when two candles merge their flames, the light doesn't just double, it multiplies. And that's the secret most forget. Your union is not the destination. It's the beginning of service. 1.3 The question of purpose. Let's pause for a moment. Ask yourself quietly, if I found my twin flame, if all the pain finally made sense, what would I do with that love? Would you keep it hidden in your heart? Or would you let it flow into the world? Because love, when kept small, decays. But when it moves, when it breathes, when it touches others, it becomes eternal. This is the real mission of twin flames. To let their union become a living prayer. Not to escape the world but to heal it. Not to hide in love but to become the channel of it. So when you feel your journey stretching beyond just us, don't resist it. The universe is whispering. Now that you've found home in each other, go light the path for others. 1.4 The journey that led here. Before you arrived at this moment, you walked through fire, separation, heartbreak, silence, surrender. Nights where you questioned your sanity, and days where every sign felt like a test. But it was never punishment. It was purification. The universe was stripping you down to your essence, preparing you for service. Because you cannot hold light for the world if you still carry fear of the dark. You cannot guide others home if you haven't walked through your own storm. Every tear, every trigger, every mirror moment, it all had purpose. It carved open the heart, until love was no longer a feeling but a force. And that force, that unbreakable love you carry now, is not meant to stay within two hearts. It was designed to ripple outward, into families, communities, nations, and consciousness itself. 1.5 Beyond romance into creation. There's a moment in every twin flame union when love transforms. It's no longer about the two of us. It becomes what we can build together. That's when your relationship turns into a sacred partnership, a vessel for creation, art, healing, teaching, or simply presence. Because when love stops being just emotion and becomes action, the universe begins to respond. Doors open. Synchronicities align. Resources appear. People are drawn to your light even if they don't understand why. You realize you're no longer walking for yourself. You're walking for the collective. 1.6 The cosmic mirror. Here's a truth that often scares people. The twin flame journey was never just about finding each other. It was about helping Earth remember love. Humanity forgot what unconditional love feels like. confused love with possession, attachment and fear. Twin flames come to mirror the higher version of love. Not perfect but pure. You show the world that love can be both grounded and divine, that union is not dependence, but co-creation, that two whole beings can choose each other not because they need to, but because they are free to. That freedom is what heals the collective heart. 1.7 A universe that watches. In silence. Sometimes when you feel lost again, when your twin pulls away or life tests your faith, remember the universe is still watching. It's not punishing you. It's refining your light. Because the brighter your mission, the deeper your preparation. Every challenge is an initiation into service. Every heartbreak is a recalibration of your heart's capacity. The world doesn't need perfect twin flames. It needs authentic ones. Souls who know love so deeply that they can hold others through their pain. You are not small. Your connection was never small. It was never meant to be just about us. It was always about all. 1.8 The invitation. So here is the question your soul came to answer. Now that you've found love, what will you do with it? Will you let it stay as a story between two people? Or will you let it become the reason others find their own light again? Because when love becomes service, the universe aligns behind you. You are no longer two seekers. You are messengers of love, anchors of new frequency, living proof that heaven can exist on earth. 1.9 Closing whisper. Every twin flame story begins with separation and ends with union. But union itself is only the first sunrise. Beyond it lies the mission. To love the world as you have loved each other. To forgive the world as you have forgiven yourselves. To awaken others by simply being the truth of love. Because the world doesn't need more romance. It needs more souls who remember where love comes from. And that's why you met. That's why you suffered. That's why you healed. To become whole. So that others may remember wholeness too. Every journey begins with longing. But not every longing leads to love. Some lead to healing. And healing is the path back to love. We often think the twin flame story is about finding someone who completes us. But the deeper truth is this. Your twin doesn't come to complete you. They come to remind you of what you already are. They awaken the places within you that have forgotten love's voice. They trigger every wound that still whispers, I'm not enough. And when the pain rises, when the mirror shows everything you once buried, that's when your real work begins. 2.1 The alchemy of pain. Pain is the teacher no one asks for, yet the one every soul needs. When your twin flame mirrors your deepest fears, abandonment, rejection, unworthiness, it's not cruelty. It's alchemical precision. The universe uses them as a sacred instrument, striking the exact chord that must be transformed back into harmony. You cry, you break, you resist. But underneath the breaking is a silent miracle. Every piece that shatters is a doorway to freedom. Your twin is not breaking you, they're showing you where you are still chained. They are the flame that burns away illusion. And if you dare to stay present with the fire long enough, you realize that nothing real can be destroyed. Only fear can. And that is where healing begins. Not in running from the pain, but in allowing it to cleanse everything that isn't love. 2.2 The inner union. At some point the obsession softens. The need for the other person to fill your emptiness dissolves. You stop waiting for messages, stop counting days, stop chasing. Instead you start turning inward. You meet the child within. Scared, lonely, unseen. And you begin to listen. You realize your twin flame's silence was never punishment. It was an invitation to hear your own voice again. That's when the inner union begins. When the divine masculine and divine feminine inside you stop fighting and start holding hands. The part of you that acts learns to rest. The part that feels learns to trust. You become both. Strength and softness, light and shadow, doing and being. It's not a fairy tale reunion. It's an energetic rebalancing. And when that balance anchors inside your body, your energy field begins to change. You stop attracting chaos. You start radiating coherence. That's when love stops being an emotion and becomes a frequency. 2.3 When love becomes frequency. Love as emotion rises and falls. Like waves. Love as frequency is the ocean itself. When you reach this point in your twin flame journey, You're no longer reacting to love, you embody it. You start walking differently. Your presence calms rooms. Strangers feel safe around you without knowing why. It's not because you say the right words, it's because your energy says, you are seen, you are safe, you are loved. That's the frequency of union, not between two bodies, but between two energies within one being. It's what mystics call Christ consciousness, or the state of divine equilibrium. When you live in that vibration, you become a transmitter of light, and from there, the universe begins to move through you. 2.4 The subtle shift of purpose. Before union, your world revolves around the twin flame story. After union, your world revolves around service. You no longer ask, when will they return? You ask, how can I use this love to help others remember who they are? This is the subtle, sacred turning point of your journey. You realize your mission was never just personal healing. It was collective activation. Your love is a frequency the planet needs. When you hold that vibration of compassion and truth, you send ripples into the collective grid. A single thought of forgiveness from an awakened heart can heal thousands still trapped in pain. That's why the universe orchestrates your connection with such intensity. It's not to satisfy desire, it's to train your frequency, so that when you finally rise, you vibrate love effortlessly. And by doing so, you serve all of creation. 2.5 The mirror of the collective. As within, so without. Your personal healing reflects the healing of the collective. When you release fear, you help humanity release it too. When you forgive your twin, you contribute to the global vibration of reconciliation. When you embody peace, you become an anchor for it. This is why the twin flame path can feel so heavy. You're not only transmuting your own wounds, but also collective ones your lineage, your culture, and your ancestors carried. You are healing patterns that have repeated for centuries. You are rewriting energetic DNA. That's not romantic, that's revolutionary. 2.6 The energy of true union. Now imagine this. Two beings who have both reached inner union. They no longer cling, chase, or fear loss. They meet again, not out of need, but out of recognition. When they merge, it's not just bodies touching. It's galaxies aligning. Every breath they share becomes a vibration that ripples through the grid of humanity. They laugh, they create, they serve. Their love becomes movement, art, compassion, inspiration. They don't need to tell the world who they are, the world feels it. That's the power of frequency. Union is no longer a relationship. It's a field of consciousness. And anyone who enters it remembers who they are. 2.7 The embodiment process. But here's the secret. Frequency is not a permanent state unless it's embodied. You must bring that love down into the human body, into action, breath, movement, and words. That's why twin flame journeys often include long phases of grounding. You learn to eat mindfully, speak truthfully, create consciously. You start seeing your daily life as sacred. Making tea, watering plants, smiling at a stranger. All become expressions of divine love. You realize, love doesn't need grand gestures. It just needs presence. Every moment becomes a chance to anchor the vibration of union on earth. That's how the new world begins. Not through miracles, but through millions of small conscious acts of love. 2.8 The humility of service. As your vibration stabilizes, ego no longer seeks validation. You don't need to be known as a twin flame or a healer. You just are. The mission doesn't look glamorous. Sometimes it's silent, holding space for a friend, forgiving a parent, or simply breathing peace into a chaotic room. That's the humility of real service. When love becomes frequency, you stop needing recognition, because love itself is your reward. You become a quiet force, changing the world not by doing more, but by being more. 2.9 The integration, heaven in human form. This is where healing and union merge completely. You no longer chase the spiritual or deny the human. You become the bridge. Heaven lives through your hands. God speaks through your kindness. Light breathes through your laughter. And suddenly you realize, you were never meant to escape earth. You came here to bring heaven down. That's the essence of twin flame frequency. Not floating above the world, but infusing it with divine love through your humanity. Every smile, every choice, every heartbeat becomes prayer. 2.10 Closing message. So if you're still in the healing phase, don't rush. Every tear is rewiring your light. Every moment of surrender is tuning your frequency. You are becoming the vessel through which divine love flows freely. You are preparing to embody a frequency that heals worlds. The pain you feel now is the birth cry of something magnificent, a love that will no longer belong to two souls, but to the entire planet. Music swells, imagery of light spreading across earth. Narration, gentle whisper. From healing to union. From union to frequency. From frequency to service. This is the evolution of love. This is the mission beyond love. You have walked through the fire. You have healed the wounds. You have reunited. Not just with your twin, but with your own soul. Now comes the moment that transforms everything. To step beyond personal love, beyond reunion, and embrace the collective mission. Because love that stops at two people is only the beginning. Love that spreads through action, intention, and presence. That is the love that changes worlds. 3.1 From two to many, the ripple effect. Think of your union as a single drop of water in a still lake. At first, it touches only your twin, your closest circles. But once the drop falls, the ripples extend infinitely, reaching shores you never knew existed. Every thought of compassion, every act of courage, every moment of presence becomes a frequency wave. When twin flames step into service, they are no longer merely experiencing love. They are becoming conduits for a new consciousness. And the astonishing truth? Even small actions, when aligned with this frequency, carry exponential power. Helping one person, inspiring one soul, creating one moment of beauty. It can resonate across generations. You are not just two lovers. You are the seed of awakening. 3.2 Recognizing the call of the collective. Not every twin flame realizes this immediately. Many are so absorbed in reunion, in the intensity of their connection, that the world outside fades. But there is a subtle call, a whisper in the soul. You were not meant only for yourselves. Your love is a tool. Your union is a message. You feel it in your chest, a gentle pressure, a pull to do more. You notice it in your mind. Ideas, visions, projects, or dreams that are bigger than your own life. It is the universe nudging you toward the next level of love. And those who respond feel a shift. The joy of personal connection blends with the purpose of service. The heart expands not only for your twin, but for humanity itself. 3.3 Love in action. What service really means. Service doesn't always look grand. It doesn't require fame, fortune, or followers. Sometimes it is quiet, almost invisible. Could be teaching someone patience through your presence, holding a safe space for others to heal, sharing your story so that another soul feels seen, creating art, music, or writing that uplifts consciousness. Service is the translation of love into action. It is the living proof that your union is not selfish. It is the bridge between your heart and the collective soul. Every act aligned with love becomes a node of energy in the planet's grid. And together, all these nodes form a network, a living system of healing, compassion, and awakening. 3.4 The challenges of collective work. Stepping into this mission is not without challenge. Old fears arise. What if I'm not enough? What if my actions don't matter? What if I fail or the world rejects me? These fears are natural. They are reminders that your energy is powerful, and that alignment requires courage. Many twin flames struggle with balance. They want to heal, to love, and to serve all at once. The intensity can be overwhelming. The key is integration. Ground in your own healing daily. Listen to your inner guidance. Let your love flow naturally into the world without forcing it. When you maintain your inner harmony, the collective work flows effortlessly. And even when you stumble, your intention alone carries transformative energy. 3.5 The power of co-creation. One of the most beautiful aspects of twin flame union is co-creation. Together, you generate energy far beyond what either of you could create alone. Imagine this: two aligned souls fully anchored in their frequency, intentionally working to serve. One begins a project that inspires hope. The other channels healing energy into those who interact with it. Their combined energy amplifies, reaches hundreds, then thousands, This is not metaphor. Science has observed that coherent heart energy can affect others, even at a distance. When twin flames act in alignment with divine purpose, their love becomes a tangible force of awakening. And the beauty? It's not just about impact. It's about joy, the deep, resonant joy that comes from seeing love move in the world, not just sit in your heart. 3.6 The ripple of twin flame. Networks. As more twin flames awaken and step into service, networks naturally form. You may never meet these souls physically, yet your energies resonate. One twin flame healing children in one country, another teaching meditation in another raising consciousness through music, art, or leadership. Together you form a web of light, a subtle but undeniable network of frequency that uplifts consciousness on a global scale. This is the future of twin flame work. Not isolated unions but collective awakening. A living ecosystem of souls who remember that love is infinite, contagious and transformative. 3.7 Recognizing your unique contribution. Every twin flame pair brings something unique to this mission. Ask yourself, what have my experiences taught me? Where have I healed and what wisdom can I share? How can my union inspire, comfort, or awaken others? There is no competition, no hierarchy. Every contribution matters no matter the scale. Even a quiet smile, a word of encouragement, a creative offering. These are ripples in the collective field of consciousness. The universe notices your effort. It amplifies your energy when you act from alignment. And slowly the world responds, not always immediately but surely. 3.8 The joy of shared service. Service is not a burden. It is a celebration. When twin flames step into their collective mission together, life transforms. Work becomes play. Challenges become opportunities to grow. Every interaction is a chance to transmit light. You begin to see the world not as separate, but as an extension of your union. Every act of kindness, every conscious choice, every spark of creativity becomes a shared heartbeat of love flowing outward. And the more you give, the more you expand, because the energy of true love is unlimited, and it thrives in circulation. 3.9 The ultimate message of twin flame service. Your twin flame journey is no longer just about the two of you. It is about the world, the planet, and the awakening of humanity. Every healed wound, every conscious action, every act of love becomes a seed in the field of collective consciousness, expands the possibility for others to awaken, moves humanity closer to remembering its highest potential. The ultimate message is simple. Love is not selfish. It is not private. It is a force for creation, transformation, and illumination. And when you step into this truth fully, the world begins to shift, subtly at first, then unmistakably. So what is your next step? Simple, yet profound. Step into action. Let your love become your service. Remember that the mission goes beyond two hearts. The world is ready for the ripple of your frequency. Your twin flame connection is not just for your joy. It is the anchor of awakening for countless others. Love is not just an emotion. Love is a force. And when twin flames learn to embody that force, it becomes action, visible, tangible, unstoppable. Union between two souls is magnificent. But the true miracle begins when that love reaches beyond the private heart, when it touches the world. Because the universe has a quiet law. Love that is not shared loses its power. Love that flows becomes a conduit for creation. And this is the path of twin flames who serve the light. 4.1 From internal to external. The bridge of action. The journey starts inward, healing wounds, reuniting energies, finding wholeness. But inner work alone is not enough. True love demands expression. It must become movement, choice, and influence. Imagine your love as a river. If it never reaches the ocean, it stagnates. But once it flows outward, it nourishes life. This is the bridge from twin flame union to collective service. Your love, once fully embodied, begins to create opportunities for others to heal. Moments of inspiration that ripple far beyond your awareness. Communities, projects, or initiatives rooted in the vibration of love. 4.2 The power of small acts. Service does not always mean grandeur. Sometimes the smallest gestures carry the most profound energy. A A kind word to a stranger, a listening ear to someone in pain, a smile in the midst of chaos, a daily ritual of gratitude, meditation, or prayer. Each act becomes a frequency beacon, anchoring love into the human field. Twin flames are often surprised by this. They assume that changing the world requires monumental effort. But the truth is simpler. The world shifts when love becomes intentional action, consistently expressed. Even a simple act of kindness performed consciously resonates across unseen energetic grids, touching lives in ways you may never witness. 4.3 Aligning actions with higher purpose. Not all actions have the same energetic impact. True service comes from alignment, acting in harmony with your inner guidance and the highest good. Ask yourself, does this action uplift or deplete? Does it expand consciousness or reinforce fear? Am I acting from love or from obligation, pride, or attachment? Twin flames learn to ask these questions intuitively, because love without discernment can still create imbalance. Aligned action amplifies energy exponentially. A message of hope, a teaching shared, a hand offered in service, when done from alignment, becomes a light anchored in the collective grid. Visual. Two orbs of light hovering above Earth, connecting with hundreds of smaller sparks, representing inspired actions spreading outward. 4. Collaboration and co-creation. Twin flames are powerful alone, but their greatest impact comes from collaboration. When two aligned souls work in harmony, creativity blossoms, inspiration multiplies, healing energy spreads faster. Co-creation is more than cooperation. It is the merging of frequencies to produce results greater than the sum of individual efforts. Think of it like music. Two notes alone are beautiful. Together, harmonized, they become a symphony. And when twin flames co-create, they inspire others to find their own symphony, their own unique resonance in the world. 4.5 The courage to stand in the light. Serving the collective is not always easy. It requires courage. You may encounter resistance, people who don't understand your intentions, systems that oppose change, moments when your energy feels small or insufficient. Yet the twin flame mission teaches this. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is the decision to act anyway, aligned with your truth. Every act of bravery, however small, becomes a node of light. And these nodes connect, forming a network that is far more resilient than any obstacle. Your courage lights paths others could not see. Your integrity inspires trust. Your presence becomes an anchor for hope. 4.6 Living as an example. Twin flames serve not only through words but through presence. How you live, how you interact, how you treat others, all become messages to the collective. Choosing love over fear. Choosing patience over judgment. Choosing service over comfort. People are drawn to this energy unconsciously. They learn through observation, through resonance, through feeling. In this way, your life itself becomes a living testament to higher love, a blueprint for others to awaken. 4.7 Transforming challenges into teaching moments. The world often mirrors the challenges you have faced with your twin. Conflicts arise. Misunderstandings happen. Life tests your patience and alignment. These moments are not setbacks. They are opportunities to anchor love under pressure. Every time you respond with compassion instead of reactivity, you teach by example. Every time you forgive instead of retaliating, you anchor a new pattern in the collective consciousness. The twin flame journey transforms personal growth into universal lessons. 4.8 The joy of collective impact. There is a unique joy that arises when love moves beyond two hearts. You witness healing ripple outward. You see inspiration spark in unexpected places. You feel the subtle hum of the collective grid, responding to your alignment. This joy is different from romantic bliss. It is a deep, resonant satisfaction, the soul's recognition that it is fulfilling its mission. And the more you participate, the more the universe collaborates. Synchronicities appear. Resources align. Support comes from unexpected corners. You realize you are never alone. The universe moves with you when your love flows outward. 4.9 The legacy of love in action. Every act of service leaves a resonant imprint. Your union with your twin flame is the seed. Your actions are the water and sunlight that nurture growth. And the people whose lives you touch? They carry the energy forward, influencing others, inspiring them to act in love. This is how a single twin flame pair can impact generations, not through fame, recognition, or wealth, but through the energy they anchor in the world. The legacy of twin flames is not written in history books. It is written in hearts, energy fields, and consciousness itself. 4.10 Closing message in CTA. So here is the truth. Love does not end at two people. Union does not conclude with private bliss. When love becomes action, it becomes frequency. When frequency meets intention, it becomes service. And when service is lived consistently, it becomes a catalyst for global awakening. Your twin flame connection is not just a story for your hearts. It is a message to the world. Love is possible. Light is possible. Transformation is possible. You have walked the path. You have healed. You have united. Not only with your twin flame, but with your own soul. And now, the journey reaches its greatest purpose: to extend the light you carry into the world. The mission beyond love is not theoretical. It is not about feeling blissful in private. It is about helping others awaken. Because love, when it remains enclosed within two hearts, is only potential. Love, when it radiates into action, becomes transformation. 5.1 The call to awaken others. Have you noticed the subtle nudges in your life? The moments when your intuition whispers, "You are ready. Now step forward." This call is not ego. It is the universe aligning with your frequency, inviting you to be a catalyst of consciousness. Every twin flame who has reached inner union carries this invitation. It is the final step of the journey to transform your personal awakening into collective awakening. And the world needs it. Every heart that remains closed, every mind trapped in fear, every soul that has forgotten its truth, they are waiting for the ripple of your frequency to awaken them. 5.2 Embodying the light fully. Before you can guide others, you must fully embody your light. Embodying the light means living from alignment, not attachment, choosing compassion, even when it's difficult, staying present, even in chaos, anchoring peace in every action. It is not perfection. It is integrity. Your light does not need to shine in grand gestures. It shines in the mundane, the patience with a coworker, the understanding nod to a stranger, the quiet act of service no one sees. Every embodiment of love, repeated consistently, becomes a living frequency that others can feel and mirror. 5.3 Teaching without words. One of the most profound ways to awaken others is to lead without speaking. Your actions, your presence, your energy. These are louder than any words. People unconsciously resonate with your frequency. A calm presence in a stressful situation transmits peace. A smile in a room of tension transmits hope. A decision made from love, not fear, transmits courage. This is the ultimate twin flame lesson. Love is not just shared emotionally. It is transmitted energetically. And the universe notices. Every aligned action you take sends ripples through the collective consciousness. 5. For sharing wisdom and experience. Another way to help others awaken is through your story and your wisdom. Your journey, with all its trials and triumphs, is a guide for those still lost in the dark. Share your moments of healing. Share the lessons learned from union. Share the practices that helped you integrate love into action. This is not boasting. It is service through example. When people see that transformation is possible, they begin to believe in their own potential. When they hear your struggles, they feel seen. When they witness your courage, they find inspiration. 5.5 Building communities of light. Awakening does not happen in isolation. Twin flames naturally create communities of light. Groups of individuals aligned in frequency. Circles of service, meditation, or creative expression. Networks that transmit healing, wisdom, and compassion. These communities amplify your light exponentially. The energy shared becomes greater than the sum of its parts. When people gather around love, they multiply it. When they practice alignment together, they stabilize the frequency. When they act together in service, the ripple becomes a wave. Your union, once private, now becomes a lighthouse for others to navigate by. 5.6 The subtle art of guidance. Guiding others does not mean imposing your vision. It is subtle, respectful, and intuitive. Offer insights only when they are asked or clearly aligned. Demonstrate love without expectation. Create spaces where others feel safe to awaken on their own terms. True guidance is energetic. It is the magnetism of your presence, not the force of your words. When you master this, you realize you are not controlling transformation, you are activating it. And in that activation, each soul takes responsibility for their own awakening. 5.7 The challenges of collective work. Stepping into this role can be daunting. You may face misunderstandings, criticism, doubts about your impact. The twin flame path does not remove obstacles. It prepares you to navigate them. The key is to return to alignment whenever you feel off-center. Even when no one notices, even when outcomes seem slow, your work resonates in unseen ways. Every act of conscious love plants seeds in the collective energy field. Every compassionate choice contributes to humanity's awakening. 5.8 Seeing the results of your service. Awakening often unfolds gradually. You may not see the results immediately. Yet energy has memory. Every aligned action, every intentional act of love accumulates in the collective consciousness. Someone smiles because of your influence. Someone forgives because of your example. Someone remembers their worth because of your presence. Even if you never meet these souls physically, your light touches them. And this is the profound miracle of the twin flame mission. Your love becomes the awakening of countless unseen hearts. 5.9 The ultimate reward. The reward of service is not recognition, nor wealth, nor praise. The reward is resonance. It is the knowing that your love, refined, embodied, and expressed, is lifting others into their own light. When you witness the collective awakening sparked by your frequency, you feel a profound joy. A joy that cannot be shaken by circumstance. A joy that persists even in challenge. A joy that is eternal. It is the ultimate confirmation. Your union, your journey, your love was never just for you. It was for the awakening of the world. Now that you are whole, now that your twin flame journey has brought you into inner and outer union, the universe asks one thing of you. Help others awaken. This does not require perfection. Does not require fame. It only requires presence, intention, and love in action. Start small. Start now. Start where you are. Share your story. Hold space. Create. Teach. Inspire. Love. You have united. You have awakened. You have acted. But the journey of twin flames does not end here. Union and service are living processes, not static states. Chapter 6 is about sustaining your light, evolving together, and leaving a legacy that endures, not just for today, but for generations to come. 6.1 The eternal nature of twin flame love. Twin flame love is not bound by time, space, or circumstance. It is an energy, a vibration, a frequency that evolves as you evolve. Even when life presents challenges, separation, disagreements, worldly pressures, the underlying connection remains anchored in the soul. This eternal bond allows twin flames to support each other in long-term growth, amplify their collective mission over time, serve as a model for love that is unconditional, resilient, and transformative. Remember, union is a foundation, not a destination. The work of the soul continues as long as you are willing to show up for each other and the world. Visual: 2 glowing orbs, navigating a star-filled sky, occasionally separating and rejoining, leaving luminous trails. 6.2 Evolving together through challenges. Even awakened twin flames face challenges. Conflicts arise from old wounds resurfacing. External circumstances test patience and alignment. Life demands choices that may seem at odds with your union or mission. Yet challenges are evolutionary tools. They are the soul's way of deepening integration and expanding consciousness. Key practices for evolving together. Honest communication. Expressing truth without blame or judgment. Mutual respect. Honoring each soul's path while walking together. Collective reflection. Reviewing experiences as opportunities for learning. Shared meditation or energy work, aligning heart, mind, and spirit. Challenges are not obstacles. They are opportunities to anchor love deeper, refine your frequency, and strengthen your mission. 6.3 Maintaining alignment in daily life. The world is full of distractions and energy drains. Twin flames must consciously maintain alignment to sustain their mission. Practical ways to maintain alignment: daily energy clearing, meditation, breathwork, or visualization, grounding rituals, connecting to nature, water, or Earth's energy, mindful boundaries, protecting your energy from negativity while staying open to service, gratitude practices, reinforcing joy, presence, and abundance in life. Alignment is not perfection, it is consistency. Even small, intentional acts of self-care and mindfulness contribute to a continuous, radiant field of love. 6.4 Expanding the mission across lifetimes. Twin flame work often extends beyond a single lifetime. Some unions will find themselves continuing their mission in multiple incarnations, healing ancestral patterns, inspiring communities across generations, manifesting creative or spiritual projects that endure. This is why every act of service is magnified. The energy you plant today can echo for centuries. Your love becomes a seed that grows into forests of awakening, long after your physical presence fades. 6.5 Legacy through mentorship and inspiration. Twin flames can create profound impact through mentorship, guiding newer awakening souls, sharing spiritual practices, creative methods, or healing techniques, offering support without imposing control. Mentorship is not about authority. It is about inspiring others through your energy and integrity. Your life becomes a living manual for love, service, and awakening. Even the smallest acts of guidance can spark monumental shifts. A single conversation, a shared story, or an intentional act of care can ignite a chain reaction of awakening. 6.6 Creative expression as service. Love expressed creatively is one of the most potent tools for awakening. Music that heals emotional wounds, art that inspires hope and reflection, writing that awakens consciousness and curiosity, innovation that improves lives and communities. Twin flames, through their combined energy, magnify the creative force, making the work more impactful and far-reaching. When you approach creativity as service, it transcends ego. It becomes a channel for divine frequency, touching hearts that words alone cannot reach. 6.7 Nurturing the collective consciousness. Sustaining the flame is also about nurturing the collective energy. Participate in circles, meditations, or global rituals. Send intention, love, and healing to places in need. Use your aligned energy to stabilize and uplift groups, communities, or events. Twin flames act as anchors of light, ensuring that the awakening energy is not fleeting, but steady and persistent. The world is increasingly aware of energy fields, frequency, and collective resonance. Your presence and alignment ripple outward, creating subtle but tangible shifts in humanity's consciousness. 6.8 Teaching through presence, not instruction. The most profound teaching happens when twin flames simply exist in alignment, demonstrating patience in stressful moments, choosing love over judgment, radiating calm and inspiration naturally. Presence communicates far more than lectures or teachings. People feel the energy of your choices, your balance, and your love. And in feeling it, they are reminded of what is possible for themselves. The twin flame mission extends beyond instruction. It is living as an example of awakened love. 6.9 The joy of eternal contribution. Sustaining the flame is not about obligation. It is about joy. Joy in witnessing others awaken. Joy in co-creating and serving together. Joy in knowing that every step, every choice, every act of love contributes to the evolution of humanity. When joy is the foundation, service becomes effortless. The journey transforms from duty into celebration, and the twin flame mission becomes a living, breathing dance of love and light. 6.10 Closing message. Your infinite impact. Now the final truth of twin flame work. Your union, your journey, your love, your service, they are infinite. Every heart you touch, every soul you inspire, every ripple you create continues beyond your lifetime. The mission of twin flames is eternal. Heal yourself. Unite in love. Act in service. Awaken others. Leave a legacy of light. The journey of twin flames is not just personal. It is not contained within two hearts. It is a cosmic mission, a mission to ignite transformation, awaken consciousness, and co-create a new world. Chapter 7 is about becoming catalysts, not only in your immediate surroundings but on a global scale, anchoring the legacy of love into generations to come. 7.1 The Global Ripple Effect. Every action of an awakened twin flame carries resonance far beyond the immediate moment. Imagine a stone dropped into a still lake. The ripples extend outward, intersecting with countless others, moving with momentum that the stone alone cannot contain. Your love, your actions, your alignment operate in the same way. Every act of kindness touches someone, who in turn spreads it. Every conscious choice elevates the collective frequency. Every creation born from love serves as a beacon for awakening. You are not just changing a life. You are reprogramming the energetic grid of the collective, subtly, continuously, and powerfully. Visual golden waves expanding across the globe, connecting people, communities, and energy. Centers. 7.2 Twin flames as energetic anchors. Twin flames, united and aligned, create a vibrational field of unprecedented stability. This field stabilizes communities, groups, and networks. It provides a template for collaboration rooted in love and consciousness. It attracts resources, allies, and opportunities aligned with higher purpose. Your presence alone becomes a point of reference, a lighthouse for those navigating chaos, uncertainty, or darkness. Through alignment, you teach without words, guiding others to their own clarity, courage, and awakening. Visual. 2 luminous figures standing on a hill, golden light radiating outward and forming pathways to countless people below. 7.3 Co-creation on a global scale. Individual action is essential, but collective action amplifies impact exponentially. Twin flames co-creating together can launch initiatives for environmental, social, or spiritual healing, inspire communities to adopt conscious, living practices, establish educational, creative, or healing projects that radiate far and wide. When your energy merges with aligned individuals and communities, it creates a symphony of awakening, where intention meets action, and love catalyzes transformation at a systemic level. Visual. Networks of people collaborating on projects, energy threads connecting all efforts, light moving like currents through a web of connections. 7.4 Navigating collective challenges. The more expansive the mission, the more complex the challenges. Resistance from established systems or societal norms, misunderstanding or misalignment within teams or communities, fatigue, burnout, or energy depletion when trying to reach too far too fast. Twin flames learn to navigate these by returning to alignment, grounding, clearing, and reconnecting with purpose, balancing individual and collective needs, ensuring self-care and union are maintained, practicing discernment, choosing when, where, and how to act for maximum positive impact. Obstacles are not punishment. They are opportunities to anchor love under pressure, creating structures of resilience and integrity in the world. Visual. 2 figures meditating as waves of chaos approach. Golden light shields them, dissipating challenges into sparks of energy. 7.5. Expanding conscious leadership. Twin flames are called to embody conscious leadership, leading through example, not authority, inspiring collaboration rather than control, encouraging self-responsibility and personal awakening in others. This form of leadership is subtle yet incredibly potent. It shifts energy fields rather than imposing rules. It nurtures freedom, creativity, and collective responsibility, guiding communities to co-create in harmony with love and alignment. Visual. A group gathered around a twin flame pair, observing and interacting. Golden energy flows like gentle currents among them. 7.6. The legacy of generational awakening. The work of twin flames often extends across generations. Children, students, or men's absorb the vibration of aligned love. Communities and families carry the energy forward, embedding it in culture, habits, and traditions. Even after your physical presence passes, the frequency you anchored continues to awaken others. Every act of service, every conscious choice, and every demonstration of integrity becomes a legacy of love, rippling across time, inspiring those who may never meet you in person. Visual. Golden threads connecting generations, children carrying light, adults guiding the Next generation energy expanding outward. 7.7 Planetary influence and healing. Twin flames who sustain alignment over time begin to influence planetary energy, acting as stabilizers during collective crises, anchoring energy for environmental healing, humanitarian efforts, and consciousness shifts, contributing to the collective evolution of humanity's spiritual awareness. This is the culmination of the twin flame mission. Love extended, multiplied, and sustained across the planet. Your union is no longer just personal or collective. It becomes planetary. 7. 8 Joy as the ultimate multiplier. The energy that sustains this mission is joy. Joy in service, not obligation. Joy in witnessing transformation, not needing control. Joy in co-creation, not seeking validation. Joy is magnetic. It attracts allies, resources, and opportunities. It multiplies the frequency of awakening exponentially, turning every act of love into a ripple that can touch millions. Visual. Golden sparks rising from hands, connecting to people across the world, each spark multiplying into countless others. 7.9 The infinite continuum of love and service. Twin flame work is never finished. It is a continuum of love expressed as action, frequency, and transformation. Every new challenge is an opportunity to anchor higher love. Every relationship becomes a laboratory for growth and service. Every day becomes a chance to awaken hearts and expand consciousness. In this continuum, twin flames are eternal catalysts, leaving indelible imprints on the collective and planetary consciousness, evolving alongside humanity as it awakens. Visual. A continuous golden spiral of light connecting individuals, communities, cities, and continents, moving rhythmically like a heartbeat across the planet. 7.10 Closing call to action. Music swells, triumphant yet gentle, blending choir, piano, and ambient cosmic textures. Now, the ultimate truth of the twin flame mission emerges. Your love, your union, your alignment are not solely for you. They are an energetic gift to humanity. Now is the time to step fully into your role as a catalyst. Extend your light consciously into communities and networks. Mentor, guide, inspire, and nurture awakening in every sphere you touch. Trust that even unseen efforts ripple infinitely, touching hearts and minds across the world. You have traveled far. You have healed. You have united. You have served. And yet, the journey does not end with action alone. Chapter 8 is about integration, bringing together all aspects of your twin flame journey, embodying your lessons fully, and solidifying a legacy that reverberates across time, space, and consciousness. 8.1 The deep integration of soul lessons. Integration is the process of absorbing every lesson learned along the twin flame journey, healing your inner child and past wounds, aligning with your divine purpose, achieving harmonious union with your twin flame, extending love into collective and planetary service. True integration is not intellectual but energetic and experiential. It manifests as effortless alignment in thought, emotion, and action. When integration occurs, every choice naturally radiates love. Decision-making becomes intuitive, guided by soul wisdom. Relationships, both intimate and professional, reflect compassion and clarity. Life becomes a living expression of alignment, purpose, and joy. Visual. 2 figures meditating. At sunrise, their energy fields merging and radiating golden threads into the earth. 8.2 Embodying the full spectrum of love. Love in the twin flame journey evolves through stages. Self-love, the foundation of all connection. Union love, the deep resonance between twin flames. Service love, extending energy to awaken others. Universal love, embodying love as a conscious frequency across time and space. Integration requires embracing the full spectrum, not just the blissful moments. This includes forgiving and releasing resentment, accepting vulnerability as strength, transmuting pain into power and purpose. The twin flame who embodies this spectrum becomes a living lighthouse, guiding not through words alone but through presence, energy, and action. Visual. Golden light expanding from the heart of the twin flame pair, touching communities, nature, and distant stars. 8.3 Aligning personal goals with collective vision. Integration involves harmonizing your personal goals with the mission of the collective. Questions to reflect on. Are your personal ambitions aligned with your highest purpose? Do your daily actions resonate with the awakening of others? Does your love extend beyond intimacy into meaningful service? When personal desires align with collective vision, twin flames experience flow in action, creativity, and collaboration, amplified influence and energy impact, joy and fulfillment rooted in purpose rather than ego. This alignment transforms love from a private journey into a universal force. Visual. A twin flame pair walking through a bustling city, their light radiating outward, influencing subtle smiles and peaceful interactions. 8.4 The role of mentorship and generational influence. Integrated twin flames naturally evolve into mentors and guides. Their wisdom inspires new generations of seekers. Their energy stabilizes communities and families. Their presence encourages others to remember their own divine nature. Mentorship in this context is subtle, demonstrating rather than instructing, guiding without controlling, supporting awakening without attachment to outcomes. Through generational influence, the twin flame mission becomes a continuum, flowing seamlessly from teacher to student, from parent to child, from one awakened soul to countless others. Visual. Children and young adults gathering around the twin flame pair, absorbing wisdom through energy, gestures, and quiet presence. 8.5 Creative legacy as a form of service. Legacy is not only energy and mentorship, but also creative manifestation. Art, music, literature, or innovation born from love amplifies awakening. Projects that heal, inspire, or unite communities extend your mission across space and time. Creativity becomes a living vessel for the frequency of love, accessible to anyone who encounters it. Every act of creation aligned with love leaves an imprint, a ripple that may reach souls yet unborn, influencing consciousness on a generational scale. Visual. Murals, music, and installations glowing with golden energy, impacting people who experience them, their expressions softening with recognition. 8.6 Sustaining energy amidst expansion. As the mission expands, twin flames face challenges in sustaining energy. Burnout, overwhelm, and distraction are natural risks. Balancing personal life, union, and service requires conscious effort. Tools for sustainable energy include daily grounding and meditation, nature connection to restore vitality, energy protection practices, shielding from negative frequencies, intentional reflection to recalibrate purpose and alignment. Sustaining energy is not optional. It is essential for maintaining clarity, impact, and joy throughout the mission. Visual. Twin flame pair meditating beside a flowing river, golden energy circling and replenishing them, reconnecting with Earth's energy. 8.7 Seeing the bigger picture. Collective and planetary consciousness. Integrated twin flames understand that love is both micro and macro. Each personal action resonates in the collective field. Each intentional choice contributes to planetary evolution. Every act of alignment shifts the frequency of humanity itself. This perspective fosters patience, compassion, and resilience. You realize that even unseen actions matter. You embrace the slow, steady work of awakening the world. You become an energetic anchor, stabilizing consciousness during global challenges. 8.8 Integration as a continuous journey. Integration is not a final destination, but an ongoing process. Every new life experience tests alignment. Every new challenge invites growth and refinement. Every encounter offers an opportunity to reflect, adjust, and radiate love. The truly integrated twin flame approaches life with grace in uncertainty, joy in service, courage in the face of transformation. In essence, integration turns everyday life into a sacred practice, where every moment becomes a chance to embody awakening. 8.9 Leaving a lasting legacy. The legacy of an integrated twin flame is multi-layered. Energetic, the frequency you anchor touches unseen hearts and future generations. Mentorship and teaching, wisdom shared becomes a chain reaction of awakening. Creative and societal impact. Projects, art, or initiatives transform communities and inspire lasting change. Personal example, your life becomes a blueprint for conscious living and loving. Legacy is not measured in accolades, but in resonance, the invisible, enduring impact on consciousness itself. Now that you have integrated your journey, your twin flame union, and your mission, the universe calls you to embody, extend, and anchor love across generations and lifetimes. Share your story to inspire awakening. Create projects that radiate consciousness. Mentor, guide, and nurture without attachment. Anchor joy, alignment, and love in all that you do. You have walked the path of union. You have healed, integrated, and expanded your love. You have touched hearts, influenced communities, and left a legacy. And yet, there is one final stage, a transformation that transcends even the profound work you have done so far. Chapter 9 is about embodying the ultimate mission of twin flames, collective ascension and co-creating a new reality rooted in love, consciousness, and unity. 9.1 The transcendence of duality. One of the greatest lessons of the twin flame journey is moving beyond the illusion of separation. Duality, the perception of me versus you, begins to dissolve. Love is no longer limited to two people. It becomes a living, breathing energy of the cosmos. You realize that every soul is part of the collective field, and every act of love, joy, or awakening resonates infinitely. Transcending duality does not mean losing individuality. It means embracing the interconnectedness of all beings while honoring your own journey. This is the foundation for universal service. Visual. Two golden orbs merge into a radiant light, expanding outward to touch countless other lights across the world and cosmos. 9.2 Embodying the infinite self. As twin flames reach this stage, they begin to embody the infinite self, fully aligned with divine purpose, fully integrated in heart, mind, and soul, fully capable of sustaining high-frequency energy over time. This embodiment allows you to radiate unconditional love without effort, inspire awakening through presence, example, and energy alone. Act as a living conduit for higher consciousness, bringing wisdom, clarity, and balance wherever you go. The infinite self is not theoretical. It is tangible energy, a vibration you project into the world that catalyzes transformation. 9.3 Co-creation as a universal practice. Twin flames now participate in co-creation on a universal scale. Initiatives that restore balance, harmony, and consciousness. Projects that heal collective trauma or activate latent human potential. Innovations that align material systems with spiritual wisdom. Co-creation is no longer merely strategic. It is an energetic collaboration with the cosmos itself. Every thought, action, or intention is magnified across the collective field, creating ripples that transform reality. 9.4 Serving through presence and energy. This advanced stage, service often transcends physical action. Simply being present becomes a form of guidance and healing. Energy radiated through meditation, intention, or group alignment affects individuals and communities simultaneously. Twin flames become living anchors of love, clarity, and balance. Service through energy is subtle yet profound. It requires discipline, alignment, and a deep understanding that you are both human and cosmic agents simultaneously. 9.5 Activating collective consciousness. One of the key missions at this stage is activating collective consciousness, helping communities, nations, or networks reconnect with love, unity, and higher purpose, guiding others to awaken their own energy and consciousness, stabilizing collective energy fields during times of chaos, uncertainty, or transformation. Through these efforts, twin flames act as catalysts for planetary awakening, ensuring that humanity gradually evolves toward unity consciousness. 9.6 Navigating cosmic challenges. Expansion to this level brings cosmic challenges, energetic interference or resistance in collective fields, pressure from unresolved societal systems or misaligned frequencies, personal moments of doubt or fatigue when facing the enormity of the mission. Twin flames navigate these challenges by recentering in alignment with universal love, practicing intentional energy management and protection, trusting the unseen impact of their actions and presence. Challenges are no longer obstacles, they are tests of sustained consciousness and devotion. 9.7 Joy and flow as universal multipliers. Joy is the secret catalyst at this stage. Joy in being, not doing. Joy in co-creation, not attachment. Joy in witnessing transformation without control. High-frequency joy amplifies the energy of twin flames, multiplying the impact of every action and intention. It becomes the invisible engine driving planetary and collective transformation. 9. 8. Leaving a multidimensional legacy. By the end of this journey, the twin flame mission transcends space and time. Energetic legacy, the frequency anchored in the collective consciousness. Cultural and creative legacy, music, art, projects or initiatives that inspire and heal. Intergenerational legacy, wisdom and energy passed to future generations, consciously or unconsciously. Planetary legacy, alignment with Gaia and the evolution of humanity. Legacy is no longer just about what you do. It is about who you are as a living embodiment of love, consciousness, and unity. 9. 9. The call to now that you're whole, help others awaken. This is the ultimate call. Once twin flames reach wholeness individually together and in alignment with the collective, they are called to extend their energy, guidance, and love to awaken others. Share your journey to inspire courage and alignment. Guide others to integrate, heal, and unite in love. Use your energy consciously to catalyze transformation on personal, collective, and planetary levels. This is the final step of the twin flame journey. Love in action as a universal force. Your twin flame journey is complete, yet eternal. You have healed. You have united. You have served. You have awakened yourself, others, and contributed to planetary transformation. Now the universe calls you to embody your highest. Love fully. Extend your light consciously to awaken others. Co-create a new world rooted in love, unity, and consciousness. The journey of the twin flame is never truly finished. It evolves, expands, and radiates outward into infinite possibilities. Chapter 10 is about embracing the eternal mission of love, living it fully, and inspiring the awakening of others in every aspect of life. 10. 1. The continuity of love. Love does not end with union. It is a continuum, a river that flows through your soul, your partnership, your community, and the world. Every action rooted in love contributes to the collective vibration. Every thought, word, and intention ripples outward, influencing unseen minds and hearts. The twin flame mission is therefore a living, breathing force, extending beyond personal fulfillment to collective evolution. True mastery is not measured by completion but by continuity, the ability to sustain love and purpose across time and circumstances. Visual. Golden river flowing across landscapes, touching people, animals, and nature, carrying light into every corner of the world. 10.2 Living in alignment daily. Integration and transcendence are not final points, they are practices woven into everyday life. Morning reflections to reconnect with purpose. Intentional actions that radiate love in work, relationships, and creative endeavors. Mindful presence in every interaction, transforming ordinary moments into conscious awakenings. Alignment becomes second nature, a state where the twin flame pair lives in harmony with each other, with themselves, and with the world around them. Visual. Twin flame pair performing daily activities, walking through a market, interacting with children, creating art, while golden light subtly emanates from their presence. 10.3 Awakening others through example. One of the most powerful ways to continue the mission is through modeling the journey itself, showing that healing is possible, demonstrating how love can transform challenges into growth. Living in alignment with higher purpose and consciousness. People do not only learn from words, they absorb energy and witness transformation firsthand. Your life becomes a living manual for awakening, a beacon for those who are seeking guidance, courage, and inspiration. Visual. Onlookers noticing a couple's kindness and serenity, their faces softening, their expressions inspired, golden light connecting them energetically. 10.4 Continuous expansion of consciousness. The mission continues through ever-expanding consciousness. Twin flames keep exploring spiritual, creative, and conscious dimensions. They embrace challenges as opportunities for growth and higher understanding. They recognize that personal expansion is inseparable from collective impact. This expansion fosters a deeper connection to the cosmic flow, ensuring that every action, thought, or intention contributes positively to the collective field. Visual: twin flame meditating under a starry sky, golden threads of energy linking them to galaxies, planets, and Earth's energy grid. 10.5 Service beyond the personal. Fear. Twin flame service evolves from personal influence to global and planetary impact. Initiatives that address collective trauma, environmental restoration, or social transformation. Creative projects that awaken joy, inspiration, and consciousness across communities. Mentorship and guidance that catalyze awakening in individuals who will, in turn, spread light. The focus shifts from what we can do for ourselves to how our love can transform the world. Visual. Twin flame guiding a community project, golden energy flowing from them into buildings, forests, and rivers, harmonizing and revitalizing everything. 10.6 Embracing the role of lightworker. At this stage, twin flames embrace the role of lightworkers, anchoring high-frequency energy in a world still learning to awaken, using their combined energy to stabilize and elevate collective consciousness, acting as living conduits for divine guidance, inspiration, and love. This role is not about power. It is about presence, integrity, and the steady radiance of awakened love. Visual. Twin flame meditating in a quiet field, light streaming from their hearts into the atmosphere, touching unseen individuals across cities and landscapes. 10.7 Joy as the driving force. Joy remains central to sustaining the eternal mission. Joy in being, not in achieving. Joy in witnessing transformation, not controlling outcomes. Joy in every interaction, small or grand. Joy is the multiplier of consciousness, accelerating awakening and amplifying impact far beyond the immediate sphere of influence. Visual. People smiling, children laughing, communities thriving, all touched by the unseen golden light emanating from the twin flame pair. 10.8 Creating a legacy of love. The twin flame journey culminates in legacy creation. Energetic legacy, the love frequency anchored in the collective consciousness. Creative legacy projects, art, and initiatives that continue to inspire. Generational legacy, wisdom and energy passed to descendants, ments, and communities. Planetary legacy, alignment with the earth and universal consciousness. Legacy is measured not in recognition, but in impact on consciousness, hearts, and the evolution of love across time and space. Visual. Golden threads stretching across generations, communities, landscapes, and even cosmic realms, connecting countless lives in harmony. 10.9 Living the call. Now that you're whole, help others awaken. The final lesson of the twin flame journey is active continuation. Your journey of love, healing, and integration is a template for others. Now that you are whole, your purpose is to help others awaken, guiding them toward wholeness, clarity, and conscious union. Each act of service, each example, each shared story becomes an extension of the mission beyond two souls. This is the eternal mission: to live, to love, to serve, and to inspire in a continuous cycle of awakening.